Shannon. Thanks for stopping by again. This is a recent journal that I made for my dear friend Shannon. It is her birthday on Friday, so I wanted to make something special for her. So I will be posting this after I give it to her. So this is a journal. It's a fabric covered journal, and the theme is a sewing theme, because Shannon, hi Shannon, happy birthday, is a quilter and a sewist. She's an amazing quilter, and she's hopefully she's going to start getting into junk journals, but I wanted to make her own junk journal for her birthday. And Shannon is a big fan of shabby chic, but she doesn't like pink, so I didn't want to make it pink. And her favorite colors are purple and teal, but I didn't want to make a purple and teal journal either. So I thought I would make a very neutral colored journal for her, and I actually used some fabric that she had given me as part of extras and a couple of other embellishments that she had given me. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll try not to talk so much. Fabric covered journal. I used a cream quilted fabric as the base, and then I added these button trims that I got from Hobby Lobby. It has some rickrack and then buttons hanging from it. I thought that was fitting. A couple of like chiffon rosettes. This is wallpaper that I've used to make this vertical band here that's also a little tuck spot, and I actually used Tim Holtz Distress ink and pressed that color in so that it would give it that three-dimensional effect. Right here that you see under the Tim Holtz book plate is part of a snippet. I had purchased this on Etsy, and the seller, her work is just amazing. I'll link her below, but this was part of this snippet roll that I purchased, and I just cut off a piece and used that as part of the focal point. The word simplicity is actually cut out from a simplicity pattern. And I've used some of the lace that Shannon had given me when she made an apron during an apron contest that she won. And then obviously more fabric. That's the front. Here's the side. It's a little chunky. And here's the back with that lace repeated, a little bit of that quilted fabric peeking through. There's the top, and then here is the spine. On the spine itself, I made a tassel with various trim and ribbon that was reminiscent or reminded me of sewing. So we have a measuring tape as an example. We have this ribbon that has these buttons on it, more of the lace and the fabric that I used throughout, and then I also included this little bottle that has little gemstones in it, and it has this burnished crown at the top, and I thought that matched really well with the book plate. So in order to open it, I have not made it where the closure is permanent. It's just a piece of the cotton that I've used, and I've torn it into a strip. So you would just pull it out as such. And so, as I mentioned earlier, this is a little belly band, a vertical belly band, so she could place something in there. Then behind there, I actually put a little secret pocket there, and this is a letter for Shannon for her birthday. Make sure I'm in frame here. Opening up here on this side, on the front cover of the journal, I have covered the inside with this toile fabric that's in a cream and brown. Added a lace tuck spot and various ephemera, and I'm not going to take it out, but I used rose gold paper clip, and then I used a couple of ephemera that I got on Etsy. I'll link all of the stores where I purchased the digital kits below, and ephemera, and I just put that onto the lace and then a little bit of snippet of that wallpaper. In the journal we have a mix of coffee dyed paper, cardstock, designer cardstock, and again from the digital paper kit that I purchased. A couple of tags here. This one reads A Stitch in Time. And I have an upcoming tutorial for this. This is actually a little pocket with a acetate cover so that when Shannon is shopping, she could place her samples as an example inside. And I'm actually trying to find a fabric sample to put inside. I'll just use this remnant of the quilted fabric. So if she were shopping, she could put her little samples in here and take it with her so that she could pull it out and use it as reference. I think maybe I'll add some Velcro here or some type of closer so it doesn't slip out, but I've tried it and it doesn't slip out as long as the closer's on, or if you're holding it vertically like you would when you're carrying a journal. But I have an upcoming tutorial on this. The interior is backed with an actual pattern that I've Mod Podged, and then this is all cardstock with a acetate window. And it's pretty sturdy and you can fit quite a bit of samples in there. So I made that for her, and she actually has 2 of those. The back is an embossed glassine bag, really pretty bookmark. And here is the wallpaper that I've used again that I've inked. I've cut into squares, I've inked it with the Tim Holtz Distress ink, and then I've added the Tim Holtz die cuts of the people. She could use this as a journaling card. There is the other pocket. In this glassine embossed bag, I have a little bit of lace, a little bit of buttons, but I've also cut out and made a little mini journal or a little notepad so that she can put her notes in there. So if she wanted to put measurements or something, a little shopping list, she could do that. Quilted square with 3 pins in there. A little ribbon or thread holder. That's cardstock kit. Here are, oh my gosh, I love these. So these are the handkerchiefs. I don't know if I said that right. Vintage handkerchiefs that I purchased, and I will link, I believe it's Deb. I'm sorry if I've forgotten, but I'm pretty sure it's Deb. Deb sold these on the Facebook page, and I was lucky to land the cream set that she had sold. And I thought this was fitting to add to Shannon, and I've just used a little bulb clip or bulb pin with a little bit of ephemera, and this one reads Mother, and it's a very, you can tell it's a very old handkerchief, and it reads Mother. And I thought that was fitting for Shannon because of her beautiful daughter as well as her 4 beautiful puppies. She's a mother to all. So I included that on there, and I didn't permanently affix it because Shannon may want to take that off and put it somewhere else. Here's a vellum page, glassine bag, little tuck spot right there with the tickets. Another tuck spot here at the top, and this is a canvas doily with the rosette. Inside the glassine bag, I've cut a dress form out of chipboard, and I've Mod Podged pattern paper on it. And what I've done is I've included a chain that I put a little bit of charms on it, or gems, and then I've also given her this gold crane embroidery scissors, and she just has to unclip it using the lobster clasp so she can use it. So I thought she could use this as a bookmark, but it can also hold her scissors, and no one can take her scissors because I know how important it is when you're a quilter, sewist, and you need your scissors. So that's going to go back in the glassine bag. Here's another paper clip that I made. I'll take this one out with a little journaling tag here. There is the journal with the tape measure. The other side are these tickets, various corsets. And here is one of the paperclip embellishments. I took a snippet of that trim that has buttons, backed it on the wallpaper again. I really like this ribbon. It's a little expensive for Hobby Lobby, but just make sure it's on sale or use a coupon. Not that Shannon's not worth full price. And I think I did get it for full price. FYI, Shannon. Anyways, another tuck spot. 2 more tags. One's like a button tag and one is just a plain tag with various ribbons at the top. I love this page. I believe this is from Screech Owl. She just does amazing work. This is from Screech Owl. Definitely Screech Owl. Here is another vertical lace tuck spot with a thread or ribbon holder. I've also included this Tim Holtz cameo pen, so she can take that, use it somewhere else if she wanted to. Tuck spot with more wallpaper, little crochet flower with a button. So a lot of journaling spots for her. Here is the middle of the signature. I just lined the middle of the signature with some lace. But then I also made these 2 little bead dangles and added it to the string in the center of the signature. It's another paper clip embellishment. This one has button, the tape measure ribbon with a dress form, a vintage dress form, another tag, and another wallpaper journaling card. This is a permanent journal tag that's been made into a tuck spot with some ephemera. Rosette. Here is a tuck spot that swivels using a brad, and one has these steel pins and the other one has these finest pearls, and I actually took a button and put that onto the button card. Just gives it a little bit of dimension. But she can also use that to tuck in whatever she wants as well. So she can either tuck in some squares in between as an example, or if she has a larger, like some charm, a charm pack, she can put the little fabric underneath that too. Now here's my favorite. I die cut that quilted fabric into a heart. I added some ribbon. That's my dog screaming. Hang on. Chevy! Shut up! Alright. If my dog screams in the background, I don't know what to say. I just apologize. He's needy. Anyways, heart, and then I made these stick pin jewels that she could use for her quilts or her sewing, and I've placed that on the little heart, and then I've made just a little ribbon trim using the fabric and ribbon trim that is evident throughout the actual journal itself. So I'm really happy with how this page turned out, and she can remove the pins obviously, but she can't remove the heart, the quilted heart piece, and then I sewed some of the ribbon on there. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Another tuck spot here. Oh no, this is not a tuck spot. This is a tuck spot. But this is a tuck spot. And this is another tuck spot with some ephemera. Another paper clip. And this is one of those spools with some fabric ribbon on it. This is another wallpaper card that I made. That's also a tuck spot as well. So it's been sewn in. I know this is probably a bad example, but you can just tuck some fabric in there, or paper, or extra ephemera. Tape measure ribbon. Here's another tuck spot with a spool and some ribbon. Oops. And the back of the journal, we have a Tim Holtz girl, little paper flower. This is from Screech Owl's kit, the Vintage Seamstress. I've included this a little large journaling card here that has, it's a music sheet. And that is on a belly band of buttons. And behind the doily, I have these 2 cards with the ribbon. And again, here is the back. So this is Shannon's sewing themed junk journal. I hope she loves it. Shannon, I hope you love it. Happy birthday. And everyone, thanks for stopping by and taking a look at this journal that I've made. Hope you got some inspiration. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon.